I'm going to mix the affiliates a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mix the affiliates a little bit because we have a lot of lenders here. Joseph, you're up.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joseph with Pillar Post Home Inspectors. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I brought some pastries here, so if you guys get a chance, stop by the office from 85 degrees. Have a great day.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jay, and I'm a lender. I'm a loan officer at Crown Funding. Crown Funding has recently closed more than 20 loans with CB Dynasty for the purchase and refinances, and just want to take the chance to say we thank you for your business. Today, I bring a special stated income program. It's a WBOE program. Borrower does not need to provide W-2 nor pay stubs. FICO 680 is okay. Interest rate is about 5.675. 70% LTV for purchase. We also have 40-year fixed rates for full docs and 40-year P&L programs and interest-only programs. That's my brief presentation for today, and thank you very much.
Excellent. That's it?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Thank you so much. Okay. I think there's some other affiliates.
Sylvia,
yes.
Sylvia, I made it.
Yeah!
I made
I'm
it.
just gonna pitch you. Okay, you're
I really like your background there. Can I come to your party?
Absolutely, anytime. Doors are open. Okay, so I think the live affiliates we're done with them. So I was just gonna pitch you because you excuse yourself, but since you're on, go right on.
Thank you, Sylvia. John Wax with Snap NHD for all your NHD tax and environmental needs. The FHDS car form is in our reports. We're the only company licensed by CAR to do so. We're in the drop-down menu of the car forms, the Glide and Sky Slope. And we're doing a class for you at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So we look forward to seeing you all there so that you can learn how to navigate the decision-free and all the painstaking work that we did in order to help you with your clients to be able to be compliant with all that stuff. And I wish you a wonderful day and a great meeting. I got to jump off, but reach out to me. I'm available, 28 years in the business, and you all have my information. Have a wonderful day and a great meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I had promised Sandy she'd go up. So Sandy, you've been patiently waiting with your hair blowing, so you're up.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. Sandy with First American, one of your 4 home warranty reps here today. It's hot. There's going to be air conditioning claims. We're going to get to them as fast as we can, and hopefully parts are available and are not, affected by the supply chain, which is real. The supply chain issues are real. So if your clients are having issues, that's when you reach out to your home warranty rep so that we can step in and either get claims back on track or offer them temporary relief, fans, cooling towers, whatever they need to get through this stuff. We're here to help you guys, help your clients. So stay cool. Obviously, I have fans blowing on me. Keep houses dark, start air conditioners early. Don't think at 4 o'clock you can start your air conditioning and get your house cool, okay? Start it early, stay cool all day. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. Good advice. Appreciate that. Next, Brandon, you're up, Brandon.
Good morning, Sophia. It was great seeing you this morning at the Caravan.
Thank you.
And, great seeing some of you other fellows people at the Caravan this morning. It's great seeing you guys in person. I know we're still navigating Zoom world, but it's still great to see everybody this morning. I just wanted to thank everybody in the office who has ordered an NHD with me recently. I know a couple of you have ordered them, and just remember, ordering it, your clients aren't going to pay until it closes. And if it doesn't close, you don't pay. And the biggest thing with that is you're getting a lot of that great information on the front end. So if you have to do these fire hardening inspections, or you have a hero pace lien that is going to hinder you from closing your transaction on time, the NHD report has all that information within it. And again, I always am available if you have questions, if your clients have questions, and please feel free to reach out to me. And then the last thing I was going to mention is next week on the 28th of July, ARIA, I'm a board member on the ARIA GLA team, and they are doing a free seminar. It's the Super Summit, and it'll be at Huntington Library, so not too far from the office. And if you guys, I'll put in the chat the website, but it's a free seminar, and there's a lot of great speakers that'll be there. So if you want to get some more education, I know right now you guys are farming and trying to get more educated on what's kind of going on with the market. It's a great opportunity for you to learn more things that are happening right now. So I'll put that info in the chat. Everyone have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Brandon. I appreciate that. Next, I have Maria. Maria, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. Great to be here. I will keep it brief and short. I will piggyback off what Sandy said regarding HVAC systems. Please advise your homeowners that if they have a plan, they can sign up on the website we call Homeowner Central. This provides quicker process when placing service claims. Be on hold and waiting very long to get a live person. So if you want a little more information on how that works, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to navigate you to our page. And lastly, what Brandon said, Overpublic is sponsoring a booth at the ARIA Gala for next July 28th. We will be there. Please come by, visit my booth and say hi. And y'all stay cool out there. Remember, give your reps a call when there are hiccups, because we are here to provide smooth process as much as we possibly can. And we are your team players. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. Like the long hair. Okay, next I have Angie. Angie, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Angie Tang, First American Title. Wanted to keep you guys in the loop. The market reports are being sent out. Sylvia and Kelvin have them. So if you guys wanted to take a look at them, please let me know for particular cities that you'd like. We can definitely send them to you. Some of the things that are involved in it that could be changed could be like the median list prices, the average days on the market, median price per square foot, properties with a price increase and prices with a homes with a price decrease, relisted inventory and market action index. So all of these things can have graphs and statistical data that you can use for your listing presentations and for your farming. So there's other things that we can also offer for farming. Some of which are like the 60, 90 day lates, NODs, renters. If you have a list already and you wanted to append it for numbers or emails, that's something that we can also guide you along to get. So I'm here to help you grow your business. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Bye. Next, I have here Unita. Unita, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty for America. I'm sorry, my voice is a little scratchy today. 13 months home warranty. We're here to help you. If you do have any question regarding home warranty, I'm here to help you. I do have an English, Chinese, Indonesian. I do speak that languages, and I have the brochure as well. We're here to help you. If you have any question regarding air conditioning claim, reach out to us directly. We're here to help. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Much appreciate that. Let me see here. Now I have Pam. Pam, you're up.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Pam with American Home Shield Home Warranty and NHD. Our NHD is only $50 with environmental. So if you want to save some dollars for your seller, just email me or call me. But on the home warranty, yes, Sandy is correct. Lots of AC calls. If you want the highest on the AC, we want to do the highest plan, which is called the Shield Complete. We do an extra $1,250 in modifications if we're replacing an AC unit, and you get the free unlimited refrigerant. It's going up to $150 a pound. That's the Freon you put in the AC. So if you have 15 pounds, that's $1,500 that your owner has to pay for. So if you have the complete, that's already automatically covered. Also high-end appliances on the complete. and you actually get the roof coverage automatically on the Shield Complete. So any questions, call me, Pam with American Home Shield. Great to see some of you, and be safe today. Thanks,
Thank
Sylvia.
you. You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you. So I'm going across the names here to see if there are any other affiliates that are here that need to pitch their business, and looks like we're good. Let me take a peek outside my office to make sure that we don't have any other affiliates. I kind of invited affiliates over from Caravan, so 1 second, please. Do we have any other affiliates here that haven't been pitched? No, he's an agent. Did you talk to him? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, looks like we're great. Looks like our affiliates are all covered. Any here present going once, twice, nothing? Okay, I'm going to hand it over to our broker, Kelvin Chang, which was just featured on Coldwell Banker's National Brokers of the Year. And I'm so excited to brag and boast about it. Why not?
Yay!
Okay, let's give him a hand.
Wow, okay, what kind of introduction is that? Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys all here today, especially the hardworking affiliates for sharing your news and what's going on. We had a lot of lenders in here today. I just read the latest report, and they're working. And the reason why they're working is because right now mortgage applications are 20% less than it was 1 year ago. With that kind of lack of demand and a lack of borrowers trying to join and buy into a home, you can really show there is a slowdown in the economy. That's a leading indicator. I'm going to cover a lot of really cool leading indicators and some of the stats through the latest market update from Jordan Levine, who will be in attendance at the ARIA function. Oh, no, they're doing Lawrence Yoon over there. He's an NAR economist. So we're going to hear today from California. And if you're invited, I sent the link out to ARIA's Huntington Library Super Summit event. It's on the end of July. So go ahead and take a look at that. It's a Thursday all-day event. Thank you, ARIA, for inviting us. And I said and shared the free link. Lunch is $100 or $120 if you're not a member, but the speakers are free. So let's get into all the slides. Thanks for Brandon for plugging that in. And I'm ready to rock and roll, guys. So hope you guys are all here with me. You can see my screen.
Hey, Calvin, I'm sorry to interrupt. I do want to let you know the area Tri-County also have an event the day before, the Wednesday, and then the one in LA is going to be on Thursday. So it's going to be back to back. We will be there for both days. So if any one of you guys want to come, thank you.
Okay, you can send the link. I didn't get an invitation to the Tri-County ARIA, but I'm happy to share it or share the link out and see if any attendance.
I don't have a link yet. We just been told today. So once everything's set up, then we will let you know. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Nita, for sharing that. And I love, all of our affiliates, it's important to get involved. It's important to really pick your passion, to pick something that you belong to associate with. Sylvia and I have been always doing this with the AAR and Arcadia board, but you got to pick your own path. And I hope you guys find something that you feel is a great group. Build your own group if you don't have one. It's okay to build your own networking area. Pick a professional, pick your peers and mentors and from different industries. They call that a BMI in many different areas. A BMI is a networking group that's very, very famous for really sending leads to one another. And that's going to be very crucial to get you through this downturn, is to be able to build your own network, build your own leads, and generate something for yourself. Because if you're not doing it, I guarantee you someone else is. So I just want to plug in and share a lot of start with the day with a little bit of a quote from John Maxwell. Great inspirational guy. There's almost no limit to the potential of an organization that recruits good people. It raises them up as leaders and continually develops them. And as I alluded to, I'm trying to hopefully help you be a leader, build your own networking group so that you can be developing and building others too. Because when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you need to really look at your business. You need to look at what you're doing for your family, what you're doing for your community and your friends and families around you, because those are the people that look up to you. And if they don't look up to you yet, that's because you haven't given them the confidence yet. You haven't built yourself up to the point where you can lead others. So you got to start from within. And Sylvia mentioned I was a speaker at an event recently, and there was a whole year, basically an MBA program designed for realtor brokers. So as an alumni of that program called Ascend, building self, leading others, and leading organizations, I graduated from that program. They asked me to speak on a panel with some other like-minded broker owners, teaching some of the newer generation of brokers and leaders what I've done to transition into my leadership. So I shared my story. It's a really great opportunity for me to really share instill some wisdom, I guess is what I say, to the younger generation. And I really want to impart a lot of this stuff to you guys as well. So you guys notice as you continue to come to our sales meetings and my trainings, I'm constantly trying to build you up, give you an idea, use relevant current statistics and market updates and scripts, how you can shine in front of everyone else that you go out and approach. Because you really, I hope, and I really believe this sincerely, you are a reflection and an extension of the company. So it's my job and it's my duty to hopefully build you up and make you a better version of yourself. So thank you, John Maxwell, for writing this inspiration for today. And I'm going to continue to the slides. So continue on our schedule. I'm going to make one change. Thank you for putting this up, everyone. I have one vacation that I will be on. I'm going to have Sylvia take, hopefully I haven't asked her yet, but Sylvia is going to be going ahead to take over my August 24th that week. So the 23rd is Kelvin's Keys to Success. Maybe Sylvia, you can have a session going on for training that week. I will be with my family in Hawaii. So I'll be taking a 1 week much needed vacation, and I'll still be around if you need me for questions or texts. And you can just call me in Hawaii time. We got an event tomorrow. So July 21st, bingo. We have, prior to this, some really back-to-back trainings that I really want to make sure you're alluded to. So we're really trying to bring people together again. We're having a live event. So we're reminding you, come by around 2:00 p.m. on tomorrow. We'll have John Wax really quickly speaking about the new FHDS, fire hardening disclosure forms, because it has changed. It's a different way to fill it out. Some people think it's easier. Some people think it's confusing. Anyway, just learn it. 2:30, we're gonna have Lucy Kratman. She's great, from First American, talking about social marketing. How are you presenting yourself online? Are you even posting regularly and building some traction online? I can tell you, when people are not working and people are kind of lazy as they are right now, complacent, things aren't very busy right now because there's a slowdown, they're on social media, guys. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're looking around and seeing what everyone else is doing, wasting time. But if you're not putting some marketing out there, you're missing out. Lastly, we have Connie for Perfect Escrow. She wants to share some common escrow issues going on today. So we'll putting her on for 15 minutes right before our bingo event. We're gonna have food, prizes, drinks, affiliates you're welcome to. So just trying to build some traction, get you guys in here, and it'd be great to see you all again, even if it's just for an hour or two. I really want to be able to see and feel your presence, because obviously we want you here, because that's what we're here for. Sylvia's really here about bringing that energy, and I want you guys to enjoy. So we got some other classes going on. So don't forget, there's a 1031 exchange class. If you haven't learned about it, you are going to see a rise in commercial and investment properties. So some sales are going to start happening. A lot of retail sector is not doing too well in terms of the brick and mortar. Online shopping is doing well. The brick and mortar stores are not. And as we see, this is called earnings season. So if you're following stocks and a lot of the companies out there, such as Lowe's and Home Depot, from Kohl's and all that stuff, you're going to notice that a lot of these brick and mortar companies are going to report sales activity, and it's going to be very, very prevalent, even things like Apple. So for the plugin for ARIA's LA County, Greater Los Angeles, Lawrence Yu, Lawrence Yoon, Iwan Sunito, and Ryan Patap as the featured speakers. I think there is a lunch version for some for the keynote speaker Iwan Sunito, but the other ones are included as a free. So check it out. Spend some time at a beautiful, beautiful venue, Huntington Library. My wife and I took our engagement photos there. And if you haven't been there recently, it does include your ticket inside. So support ARIA, support some of these great volunteers. And current president David Chen also invited me over there as well. So want to help bring some traction over there. We have a video of the week. I can't play this whole thing. I'm going to leave the link here. It's a nice video regarding what the headlines are and how we should be looking at things. So let me go ahead and start sharing that screen. And bear with me. I'm gonna
understand there's a little bit more competition out there. Strong. And we've talked about that, right? If you go around, you look at different restaurants, different businesses, many of them are hiring, looking for good employees. So as long as these businesses continue to look for employees, there's a good chance that employment stays strong, even though a lot of companies out there have halted hiring. And that could be the one thing that keeps us on the border of going into a recession or not. But I do believe a recession is likely on the way, mainly because of the Fed hiking these Fed funds rate, right? It's going to slow growth. And with slowing that growth, it's going to slow the economy. On top of that, you've got seasonality again playing a part. We're in that summertime when the market starts to slow down. The kids are out of school, people are taking vacations, and we're about to head into the slowest time of the year, which is that fall winter market. Now, that might seem crazy because we're currently in the middle of summer, but when you start to look at the kids going back to school here in the next month, and we're in August, right after you get over that hump of August and September is when we really start to see the slowdown happen in the market. Why? Because it's typically that holiday season where people put home buying on the shelf. People don't want people walking through their house because of illnesses, because of people being sick. And this year, sellers might have a relapse of memories of COVID and not want people walking through their property, potentially getting them sick. And therefore, the market is going to continue to slow throughout the year. But that's also a time of year when inventory, that's not selling is pulled off the market. So we're going to continue to see inventory build and demand likely slow through the better part of September-ish, at which point you're likely to see inventory levels come back a little bit and demand is going to continue to falter lower unless we see some resurgence with regards to interest rates. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we saw interest rates go as high as 6.25%, and since then we've seen them retrace somewhere around 5.75%. And with the recent release of the CPI numbers at 9.1%, which was higher than expected, interest rates remained pretty stable. They went up a little bit in the morning along with the 10-year, but both ended up retracing by the end of the day. Now in June, if you remember, when we got higher than expected inflation readings, interest rates shot up considerably, but the Fed was able to come out and do their Fed funds hike about a week later, and they went with 75 basis points, which helped calm the market, and interest rates ended up retracing. Well, today we got higher than expected inflation readings, and the market pretty much took it in stride, which could mean that we're somewhere near the top of interest rates. Now, I've talked about this in other videos. Can interest rates go higher? Absolutely. But I think there's a chance that as we move into the fall, if inflation can get under control, if inflation can calm a bit and the Fed continues to be aggressive on the Fed funds hikes, that interest rates could end up retracing, which could give the market a bit of resurgence in the fall. And if you see rates retrace, then home buyers might come back to the market. But if that doesn't happen, you're likely to continue to see a slower market, one like we're in right now. Now, with that being said, what I'm seeing out there with regards to sellers and buyers, I'm seeing sellers still want their price. They're willing to reduce or improve their price, if you will, by lowering it. But many aren't willing to give away the house, so to speak, right? Sellers still have an idea of what their home is worth, and many of them don't have to do anything, right? They're testing the market to say, hey, listen, if I can get this price, I'm willing to sell the property. But if I don't get it, then I don't have to sell. In fact, I have 2 different clients like that at the moment that don't have to sell their properties. Now, if they end up getting their price, they are sellers in this market. Why? Because both have other homes. They don't need this particular property. They don't need to move into something else. They have a property where they can go. And that's one reason why I still believe that prices are sticky to the upside. Many sellers aren't going to let their houses go because they've seen what they could sell for, and that's the number that they have in mind. Now, they might be willing to sell it for less than that, but many are going to hold pretty firm on their price. Now, with regards to buyers, I've seen some buyers come in and want to offer significantly less than the asking price on properties. And I've had a buyer do that on 2 different properties. On neither of those offers did they get a response. The seller didn't respond to either of them. And what's funny is both of those properties ended up selling to another buyer who put in an offer, likely higher than this buyer. So buyers out there looking to put in offers well below the asking price aren't really making any headway in my market. At the same time, I've got buyers putting in offers on properties somewhere near the asking price, and they ended up in a multiple offer situation where those clients ended up paying the asking price for that property. But the biggest difference that's changed in the market with regards to buyers is they no longer have to do this craziness that they had to do 6-8 months ago, right? You can still keep your contingencies in place. You can still keep your appraisal, your loan contingency in place. Many sellers out there aren't asking for you to remove this stuff. Why? Because in many cases, you might be the only offer. But with that said, even though you're the only offer, that doesn't mean you can go in with a lowball offer. Or I guess you can, but it doesn't mean the seller is going to accept it. And that's what I'm seeing in my market, right? I'm seeing price reductions happening. I'm seeing homes sell for less than the original asking price, but I'm not seeing any significant deals on properties. I'm not seeing any deals that I'm wowed by, when they end up closing escrow. It's pretty much typical of what you expect, which is a market similar to the one prior to the pandemic. And if you're looking at numbers and comparing them prior to the pandemic, we have significantly less inventory as a whole than we did during that time. So inventory is still lower. Even though it's building, it's still significantly lower than that 3-year period prior to the pandemic, which was a very strong market. One that favored the sellers, but not quite as much as the last couple of years. And what we're likely seeing here over the next couple of months to couple of years is a more balanced market, right? One where buyers can come in, offer less than the asking price. In some cases, maybe get a deal on a property by some percentage, but nothing significant. We're not
All right, so I just wanted to kind of share like that. If you wanted to watch the rest of the video, the link, I'll just go ahead and share the link right here in the chat. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm sharing the links just in case. Well, a lot of what he said is true. And this broker is from the California region as well. So he is showing some of the things a little bit contrary to what the headlines are saying. And he's recognizing there's a slowdown. He's recognizing there's some inventory starting to come up and some price improvements. He's a little bit more optimistic in the sense that he doesn't think there's a crash coming. And then you're going to see a lot of headliners and a lot of YouTubers saying there is. What I'm here to tell you is no one can be 100% accurate, but what I'm telling you is you take all the data, you take all the information, the news, you make your own informed decision. Every city, every county, every region is local, and everything is going to happen locally different. So San Bernardino and Riverside County, things might start showing some weakness there prior to hitting LA County, and then prior to hitting maybe the luxury end or this and this and that. So you have to really follow specific regions, and that's going to really show you a bigger indicator of what's going on. But if you want to, but data itself is aggregated. So let's go ahead and go into the my slides really quick and jump back in. So if you want to follow, I'm going to bring us into Jordan Levine. He is the CAR economist with some quick slides regarding inventory, regarding what's going on in our marketplace. So let me close this. And hopefully you can see my slides. This is going to be PowerPoint. Let me make this full screen. Do you see Someone say the California economic forecast dated July 15th. Does someone see that? Yes or no?
No,
You're not seeing my slide. Okay.
No.
Let's see. How about now?
yes.
All right. Okay, so we got Jordan Levine's slides, and as alluded to, and we all know, inflation is a 40-year high. They just marked this over 9%. That was month-to-month change. And so this is the greatest peak inflation in the last 40 years, since 1980s. So we can see here, this is definitely causing pricing on everything going up. We've talked about this a lot, and we expect them to stay elevated for the time being. So businesses and consumers, they are feeling this. They're really having a weakening consumer sentiment as expressed here regarding the status of the economy, where their savings and spending rates are. So a lot of CEOs also dipped in their negative confidence towards their business and sales. So you're seeing both the consumer and the business owners and companies really both having a negative outlook over this current environment in terms of the money circulation. So with both people, both sides of the story is really feeling negative things going on. It's really relying on unsustainable sources for spending. Right now, the savings rate is less than 4% of their disposable, less than 5% of their disposable income in terms of the household savings. People are not saving right now. They're really just staying afloat. And when we look at the growth in consumer credit, that means that there's a lot of people right now with rising credit card balances, people who are starting to take and borrow money for a little bit longer and kind of stretching things out. So that's not a good thing. And spending is still kind of surging a little bit. People are still buying. We felt a little bit of a softness, and I was looking at the gas prices like, wow, well, it's, I got something under $6 now, finally.
Yeah.
So I was like, yay. So, wow, $6 a gallon, okay.
That's silly, huh?
So recession indicators. These are some indications that leading indications that we should be following, and they're showing some elevated risks. So in order to combat inflation, the government and the Fed is trying to slow down things, soften prices. So that you can see here, the 10-year and the 2-year interest rates are kind of showing their yields, and kind of right here, the federal funds target is slightly rising as they're raising the funds target rate, and that's going to have an impact. The yield curve is typically predictive of a recession. And when the yield curve approaches a red region down here, you see back here in the 1980s, you had a recession right here, 1990, 2000, you had a little recession in leading red indicators. And it also appears here, 2006 and 2007, boom, we had our housing bubble. Well, guess what, guys? We have some red marks right now you're looking at in terms of the yield curve. So they are, this is sometimes often leads to a recession. So that's why a lot of people are saying we're in one right now. Another big recession indicator that flags us is the 0.96% growth in US net worth. It's declining. Boom. It has just suddenly, people's net worths have crashed. Yesterday was actually a very surprising uptick in the stock market. So there's some confidence in terms of maybe a lot of stocks were oversold. So, but I think there's some things there's a mixed market right now. There's a lot of confusing headlines. The stock market still looks overvalued from here. So it has risen, but this is dated July 15th. So that's 5 days ago, okay? Home prices are no longer explained by fundamentals. So it's crazy. Prices are still high, especially in California. The median, and when you take the medians, yes, it's the median sale. So obviously we're seeing a rise in median rates, prices, but it is starting to show a little bit of a slowdown in terms of the growth. So we might have less appreciation as we approach the next few years. So what do we see in terms of the outlook? This is the federal, what's called the little kind of expected midpoint of the range of the federal funds rate at year's end. And so you can kind of see here, a lot of people are predicting that the federal funds rate might be somewhere around 3.5% to 2% in 2022. And then as we approach 2023, it'll be higher, maybe more like 4%. And these dot curves are kind of just telling us what to look out for, and that there will be a expected slowdown because they're going to really want to slow this economy down and slow the growth of the money circulation right now. So mortgage rates, they expect by 2023, the best case, we stay around and hover somewhere between 6 and 7%. And it potentially may lead 2023 where rates might jump to 8%. We don't know. This is just an anticipated thing from CAR because the federal funds rate adds a cushion for the government in the cost of borrowing money. So as this raise, they expect another maybe 75 or 100 points in July or the next few months, then that's going to create a higher interest rates for borrowers. Buyer demand is dipping, and this is below the pandemic. So right now, buyer demand is less than 30% less than it was a year ago. Mortgage applications skyrocketing down, and there's much fewer borrowers today because people are not interested in 6% interest, 30-year financing rates. They're maybe interested in interest only. Maybe they're interested in a 5-year or 7-year ARM. Maybe they want to take advantage of the Cal HFA funding for 10% forgiveness. So those are the people who are smart and wise. They're probably going to start utilizing government programs, non-QM loans, and outside the box ways of creative financing. Active listings. If you look here in July 2022, look at the number of active listings since the beginning of the year. It's been continued to be very hot throughout March. And all of a sudden May comes and we have a lot more listings. Now we're at 46,000 total listings in California. That's a high number. And as things continue to slow down and there's not enough sales and too many sellers who are stubborn on their price, guess what? You're going to have more listings hitting the market, longer days on market. So we're starting to see this. We used to have a good majority of homes, especially during the pandemic, where 50 to 70% of the homes selling above the asking price. Right now, it's starting to show a trend where it's going to be less than 50% above asking price. Okay, so that means there's a lot more price improvements, price reductions, a softness. And as the video says, buyers still get their contingencies. Buyers have more leverage than they did before. Sellers lost their really the 20 offers on their home. Maybe they're only dealing with 1, 2, 3 offers on their home. So because they're not a true strong multiple offer situation, sellers are not pushing back too hard, asking you to remove your appraisal contingency up front. You know, home inspections less than 5 days. You know, things are not really being pushed upon the borrowers. So now is a great time to go back to the buyers, and you have the ability to actually negotiate, to do what we do best. Go in there, speak to the listing agent, do the negotiations for our borrower, and get the price that we want. We have the leverage now as a buyer's agent. Here's the slide on percentage of active listings reducing the price. More than 1/3 of sellers have made a price reduction. Okay. If you haven't made a price reduction on your listing, you are basically going to continue to be like everyone else and sit on the market. If you have a seller that's motivated to sell, you need to have this tough, difficult conversation with them and explain to them it's necessary. If you have an unmotivated seller, then they don't have to change their price. Okay. So we have a good amount of people like that. There's some sellers out there who says, I want to hit my goal, 900,000, whatever it is. If I don't get the offer, that's fine. I'll just sit on the market. But if it does come, great. I'll sign the offer. So some people don't have to move. They're not that motivated to sell. They're willing to sell. So you're going to have a lot of people that are willing, but if you don't give them that price, or you try to play a game where you're offering 200,000 under their asking price, if this is an occupied home from the owner, it might not work at all. The only way you're going to get your low ball offers accepted is typically when, one, there's no offer activity at all, it's sitting on the market, it's a desperate seller, a strongly motivated seller who is probably in negative every month, they can't make ends meet, they're forced to sell, or there's a strong motivation. So don't target the seller occupied homes, target these vacant homes, target someone who fell out of escrow, because the back on markets, these sellers have wasted and lost 45 days, 75 days with another buyer. Now they're really, really hurting. So if you really want to get a great value, then you need to target the vacant ones. Target the ones that people aren't really offering on like that, okay? Longer than 21 days on the market is the threshold that I use. If the listing agent has not sold it in 21 days, they are probably considering a price reduction. You can negotiate, pick up the phone and call them, because you can be surprised that these agents who have a sitting stale listing, they're not busy. They're available. They'll pick up your call. They'll talk with you. They will tell you what's going on. They'll give you some circumstances. They'll make you look a little bit better for your buyer to show that you're working this. You're trying to negotiate, make things meet and make ends meet. And that's what we need to go back to our basics, everyone. We need to be able to learn how to negotiate, because these listing agents who have a stale listing, they're finally now know, and they realize they don't got anybody else. They need to go out and seek and work with and cooperate like we used to do. Okay. A lot of these listing agents who were newer in the business, who were lucky to get a listing in the last 2 years, if they're still trying to over negotiate and over protect their seller, and they're too used to their listing selling in the first 10 days, they're not going to be able to survive this type of market, because they don't realize that they sometimes have to take 2 months, 3 months of doing open house every single weekend in order to get their home sold. They're not used to doing hard work like you may have. They're not used to understanding that it takes a little bit of what's called cooperation, reaching out, reverse prospecting, letting people know, hey, we're willing to negotiate, we're willing to make your terms meet. There's some seller financing available. There's some programs available to help you get this 10% extra down payment. Let me help you research that. So if you're not getting that, or you're not learning how to be a little bit more negotiable with others, I highly strongly recommend you to basically come to more classes with me, because you're going to learn some of these things and have opportunities to ask me questions on how we can be a better representative for our buyer or seller. The forecast. When we look at 2022 projected, we're looking at a significant decline in GDP to 2%. That's still healthy. 2 to 3% is still healthy GDP, but we're forecasting in 2023 even lower at 1%. The good news is we're going to have lower unemployment expectations. So there is decent amount of jobs and decent amount of hiring going on, but they're looking at the CPI annualized at 7.6% year over year. That's significantly higher than we've ever experienced in any year past. This inflation might not go away. So the cost of all the goods and services that we're talking about is going to be more permanent than transient. So the real disposable income, look at this, guys. Real disposable income factors after your housing and your rents or mortgage expense is really looking at your savings rates. And despite the salaries or jobs or the hourly wages kind of going up, after you factor the inflation, people really have a negative disposable income. So they're dipping into their savings right now in order to make ends meet. That's the total US as a whole. So I hope you got some value out of those slides. Any questions? Okay.
No, Kelvin, it's just extremely informative. I appreciate these reports you provide.
Awesome. You're much, yeah, I want to talk really quickly regarding the state rent moratorium. So a lot of us have some questions regarding rentals, regarding is there still rent control going on? So let me go ahead and start signing in. You guys see my CAR slide. And effective July 1st, we have the COVID Rental Housing Recovery Act fully expired now. But there's some caveat, there's one caveat I got to explain. So we did pass this rental housing where landlords were not able to do anything to their tenants, raised, it was called a rent freeze. They weren't able to kick out their tenants. There was an eviction moratorium protecting them. So anyway, I want to make some things clear. The emergency rental assistance program has ended. Okay, this ended April 1st, 2022. There was still a backlog of 3 months of applicants. So they're still working on with those pending applications. They might still be approved if they already submitted it. But if you were a tenant or a landlord and you were behind on your rents, your opportunity is gone. So too bad. It was out there for over a year. I've reminded you guys every single sales meeting, this is a great program if you have a tenant not paying. And I've known a lot of people who were able to get that emergency assistance. So is a landlord required to apply for this? No, you're not required. But if you are going to do an eviction or an unlawful detainer, there's no longer the requirement to show proof that they filed for this program, because the government wanted you to file for assistance prior to going into an eviction. Now that this eviction, this protections are gone, you can go ahead and just go ahead and proceed towards an unlawful detainer eviction suit. So that duty is not required anymore from the landlord. And in terms of notices, as long as if your tenant is behind, give them a 3-day notice. It's a standard notice to pay rent or quit. So that's nothing changed. You no longer have to give the specific language alluding towards the Recovery Act protections because there's no more protections. What about rent that was due and unpaid? Well, there's a special notice. If it was before the COVID rental debt time period, you do and should include the COVID rental debt form called PRQTP. It's just letting them know that you no longer have to provide the requirement that emergency rental assistance was available for them. So that's not there anymore. Any questions? If anyone, you can interrupt me too. So there's one unclear item. I'm not going to talk about it. And if the cities and counties are now able to reimpose local rent moratorium, yes. If the cities and counties started adopting their own types of moratorium, they can vary very, very differently from one city to the next. So you have to always check specifically the city's rent protections anytime you're doing any type of action against a tenant. An action could include an eviction, unlawful detainer, a rent increase, enforcing a clause where I want to move my immediate family member in. I want to have just cause or any type of eviction or relocation fees, and all this stuff could apply. So that's why I highly strongly advise you not to be a property manager for a landlord, because you don't know all the local rules, and it's important that they use a professional who is very familiar with all this stuff. The city of Los Angeles has their own rent moratorium in place for the last several years, and they're very strict. So yeah, these moratorium are still in effect. Make sure you always double check. The one caveat that's special for 3-day notice to vacate, this is regarding people who have maybe such as government housing vouchers, Section 8 housing providers and tenants, people who have a property secured by a federally backed mortgage loan. they need a 30-day notice to vacate prior to the tenant being filing an eviction lawsuit against those people for non-payment of rent. So in those circumstances, Section 8 people, you would need to give them 30 days notice instead of the standard 3 days. Okay, any questions? There's no more emergency rental assistance funds. And that's pretty much what I wanted to speak about on that to answer your questions that you guys sent to me. There's one last thing I wanted to share really quickly, and this is regarding discriminatory covenants against and recorded on your title. So if you bought a property back in the day regarding that's older than 1940s, before the Civil Rights Acts, before any languages spoke against discrimination, and I want to point you towards a way and strategy to remove that clause and covenant against your own title. So if you're interested in learning that, if you have a property, for example, I had and reviewed a few properties north of the foothills. There's some San Marino homes that has specific language saying no race, like such as non-Caucasians, could ever own this type of property and move into the San Marino neighborhood. And guess what? That is discriminatory language on that title report. So if you want, you can send this letter to your clients or yourself, if it's your property, file to your right to remove discriminatory covenants. And this just started a couple of weeks ago. So you can go to your county recorder's office. It'll probably be your title rep or escrow company can help you get this title clause against your the deed restriction removed from its history. So it doesn't really change much. It's just letting you know there's a solution out there to get rid of that language. So if you want to do that, you think that it's going to negatively perceive your home sales resale value because it has that clause in there, or this was a very selective neighborhood from the past. If you want to remove that history from the record books, go ahead and use that letter, send it to title rep. They'll send it over to the county recorder's office to have it reviewed. Any questions on that? All right, let's continue on. I just want to share a few slides from my CoStar account talking about the current environment in commercial real estate. And these are where more people in the month of June are spending their money and the number of retail sales. So in these sectors, gasolines have a huge increase in sales volume. Non-store retailers such as Amazon, Walmart online, and non-store retailers that send stuff to you like eBay, well, they also showed a sharp incline in increase in sales. Retailers, miscellaneous furniture, 1% growth, food services growth, everything else is kind of stale, but we're seeing a decrease in general merchandise, a decreased spending towards clothing and home improvement. Okay, so that's one slide to take a factor in. Inflation is accelerating again, so we've had a very, very high indication that the change is a pretty significant change in the latest inflation numbers in June. So we're going to see what is very, very important is a big disconnect between goods. These are the cost of goods. After the inflated values of the sticker price or the MSRP, you're seeing a sharp increase in a lot of goods. And now we're starting to finally see services also go up in terms of a higher expense. We're in the service sector, guys. I want you to understand that the cost of us doing business, such as going to hold an open house for 2, 3, 4 months, for us to do a showing, for us to go out and spend time talking with others and promoting the marketing, the listing, guess what? We also should be increasing our commission rates because this is no longer a period of time where listings just sell themselves. Oh, I can do a discounted rate because I know if I just get the listing, it'll sell itself. We're now starting to show this is the time to go ahead and go back to your normal commission rates, because your cost of your gas, auto insurance, and your rising cost of your membership to your board dues, everything is going higher. So your rate needs to be increasing. Don't be a discount agent when you're going to be giving a very low price to a seller who's going to take advantage of you. The property might not ever sell, and you're going to waste 3, 4, 5 months of your time for a measly small percentage. Okay, I need to teach you and tell you it's now time to go back and raise your service rates. Other classes are available. So probate classes here, escrow classes are available. So take a look and see on those calendars. My commercial class is still here. Commercial is going to start having a lot of vacancies in a lot of their spaces. And the housing market is shifting. I'm not going to talk any more about the housing market. There's a lot of stuff in here already covered. So let's get into our new listings. Does anyone have any questions?
Kelvin, I don't have a question, but I just have something to share if it's okay.
Sure.
It has to do with expense. So over in Azusa, they doubled their price now for a license to sell property in Azusa. And the license is good for 1 year, but it's almost $300.
I think you're filling out your form wrong. It's based on your gross sales, and I renewed my Azusa license. It was $65. So I think you're filling out your gross receipts incorrectly.
Okay, so then I'll need to go back. They helped me complete it. And you're right, they do ask for a sales amount, which I thought it was really odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Certain counties starting to ask for your landlord license. It's called the what's it called? The business license registration fee. So a landlord like yourself might have other property. You are a business, so they want you to register your business, pay the fees, and you're going to see more cities already having this in their code or business law. A lot of cities have not enforced it. You might start seeing cities starting to enforce it now. Okay. All right. And let me jump back to my slides to finish off our new listings, guys. And if you're here and you want to pitch your listing, absolutely interrupt me, please. Kevin has a listing, 1644 Corson Street, Pasadena. 2 bedrooms, 2 1/4 baths. How do you have a quarter bath? Is it just a sink? 1361 square feet, and this is a condo for $4,000 per month. Amy and Candice, can you verify a quarter bath here, please? Doreen has 112 Catalyst, Irvine. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2955 square feet. This condo is $5150 per month. Michael Liu has another rental. This is 313 Pascal Avenue, San Gabriel, north of San Gabriel. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1758 square feet, single family, nice 7,000 plus lot size. Great. Seeing a lot of leases available. Gene, this was listings for sale. I believe it's 821 Cerritos Avenue in Azusa. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Don't forget your business license, Gene, 1277 square feet. And Melissa has a nice 21402 Broken Arrow Drive in Diamond Bar. This is also another rental, 750 square feet, asking $3,000 per month. This is a nice little condo over here, $475,000 for this 870 square foot. I believe this might be a 1-bedroom, 2 bath. I'm not sure if it's a senior condo, 210 Monterey Street, unit 211. So talk to Daniel. If you have anyone looking for an affordable condo, that's a pretty good price. Angel Lau and Sam Chow have a gorgeous home here for sale, 1.786 million. This is 926 9th Avenue in Arcadia, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Very lovely, lovely front curb appeal with a circular driveway. Talk to them. This probably got a decent sized lot, and it's pretty spacious. So talk to them. Remodeled. Angel Lau has a condo for sale over here in Montebello, 213 Maple Avenue. This is north of Beverly, so it's good. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1942 square feet for $635,000 townhouse. Andy Fu, this is Playa del Rey. Welcome to this beachside condo. And literally you are walking distance right to the bike path on the beach. Gorgeous home, $7,900 a month for lease. And Andy just told me yesterday that this is also available for sale. So talk to Andy. If you have anyone looking for a beachside Playa del Rey gorgeous home, this one is great. It has balcony views. This is 1215 North San Gabriel, number 203 in Azusa. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. Sylvia, you want to share anything about your condo? $425,000.
Sure. Thank you, Kelvin. So I like to share, I sold this to the owner 10 to 12 years ago. This condo here is really adorable. It's all on one level, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, over 2-car garage, oversees the swimming pool from the primary ensuite. And it is a gated, as you can see, by code only. I already have 12 appointments set up for this one, went on last night. So the price point, we knew there was going to be a lot of traction on it. It will be a 60-day escrow. The seller is not well. It's not related to any COVID or anything like that. So she'd like some time to be able to move out. So other than that, come on by. We'll host a 1 hour. We got a 1 hour open house on Saturday from 11 to 12. Give me a call and I'll give you the combo code to enter the gate. Thank you, Kelvin.
Great listing. This will sell. Okay. Tell your sellers and your clients, price it to sell. Don't just sit on the market. Congrats to Julia. She's got a new lease listing in Arcadia, a great area, 9721 Emperor, 1476 square feet, asking only $3,000 per month. That's really reasonable. That's a very low rent. So if you have anyone looking to lease, this is a good price. Gilbert has a nice new listing for sale, 1841 Cimarron Street, Los Angeles, 5 bed, 2 bath, 2544 square feet. This is remodeled condition inside. So asking 1.3 million for this single family. And he also has another listing for sale as well. One of these photos is incorrect. It's 1.225 million for a 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, 6111 Keniston Avenue, Los Angeles. JL, can you fix or remind Gilbert to rise his photo? And our closers, congrats, Jackson Wong. He closed in Temple City on 9965 Bogue Street, 1.13 million. This is a single family, 1841 square feet. Good job, Jackson. Very proud of you and Glenn. Very happy to see your lease come through. This is $5,500 per month for a nice property here in Oak Glen Avenue, Arcadia. Rents continue to be still very strong. Anna has a lease over here, $8,100 per month in Rancho Palos Verdes. Look at that gorgeous sunset views. Very happy for you. Henry sold 1512 Mayflower Avenue. This sold for 1.281 million for a big lot of 14,000. Good job, Henry, getting this one closed. Carmen Lee sold this condo for 420,000. She does fantastic, and this one's in Baldwin Park. So talk to Carmen if you want to know anything else about this sale. And 10th Avenue, not too far from Mayflower, the next street. We have Henry closing on this 4,300 square foot living area and a giant 24,000 lot. This one sold for 2.37 million. Look, guys, sales are still going. Buyers are still buying. It's just a little of a slowdown, but does not necessarily mean it's the end of the world. Go out there and get your fair share of the market. Margaret closed 880,000 for this PUD condominium. This Genoa Street, Arcadia, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It has 1,624 square feet. Congrats to Jennifer. This closing was also closed with another Coldwell Banker Dynasty Temple City agent. 918 Garvey Avenue, Monterey Park. Sophia Hung and Jennifer cooperated, negotiated out the sale to success, and this senior condo sold for $395,000. Henry Liu closed 138 Foothill Boulevard, Arcadia. Gorgeous, gorgeous home with a big 3,500 square foot living area, sold for $2.37 million. Sam Chow, he closed escrow on Wormwood Drive, Hacienda Heights. This 2,200 square foot single family has 3-car garage, big, nice 2-story. I like it, sold 1.2 million. Look at those lines in the front, nice design. Very good, Sam, in your early career. And as you can see, Sophia represented the buyer. She closed escrow with Jennifer Huang. So good job, guys. I'm happy to see you guys work together and have a smooth escrow together. Daniel Wong closed at 15033 Carnell Street, Whittier. This 1,100 square foot home sold for $775,000. He's still been rocking and rolling and been busy. So congrats to Daniel. He also closed in La Puente. This 1454 North Siesta Avenue, single family, sold for $760,000 and offers 1,258 single square feet. Daniel Wong, as you can see, also closed 1736 Huntington Street, Pomona, 4-bedroom, 3 baths, 1,900 plus square feet. Good job to him. He's still working it and doing great. So very, very happy for everyone's success and sales. I try to hopefully give you a lot of good tips during our training. So if you want more detailed explanations and time to ask questions to me, I continue to go on, make myself available every couple of weeks. I'm doing my broker training every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So hope you can attend. If you're too busy during that time, call, text Sylvia, myself, Amy, Candice, JL. We're all very supportive and resourceful in this time. When you need to understand or you want to figure something out, let us know. We're here for you. So I hope you can feel that. Again, I have a broker vacation notice, August 20th to 27th. Let me know if you need anything in your business. Thanks, guys. And very, very happy to hopefully see you guys get some escrows open in the next 2 weeks. All right. See you tomorrow. Reminder, tomorrow we got our event live. Start coming here at 2 o'clock, and then we'll play some games right after. Any questions on anything?
Nope. Hope to see everybody here tomorrow, Thursday. It'll be exciting. There'll be prizes. There'll be cash prizes. There's going to be food. Our wonderful office mom, Mary, is going to provide some food. John Wax is going to bring some veggies. And we have some gifts from some unanimous givers. Very humble people, and I'm excited. I think Mark is going to be hosting. Maybe we're hoping to get 5 games in an hour.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to it, guys. See you guys tomorrow.